Right. So 15 years ago, I was living in a building where the kids couldn't even play in the garden because of the dirty needles scattered about, surviving on heaped up plates of rice and peas and stewed chicken after shopping with my calculator in hand so that I don't overspend my weekly budget. Fast forward to today, my last company is doing seven figures in revenue, millions in VC funding, and a team of about 20. And I'm literally about to spill the three frameworks that changed all of that. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is another guru gets lucky story, I failed at multiple startups before the last one. The difference, I finally learned to think strategically instead of just winging it like a numpty. Here's the thing that nobody tells you about building a startup. Having a brilliant idea means nothing. If you don't know where you're actually going, it's like trying to navigate London without Google Maps while 3 pint deep on a Friday night. You think you know the way, but you'll end up in Croydon when you're aiming for Camden. Most entrepreneurs are basically walking around with this massive blind spot. They've got passion, they've got energy, but they're missing the one thing that separates winners from the almost had it stories you hear down the pub almost every weekend. Strategic planning. And I know it sounds boring, but trust me, these three frameworks I'm about to show you are anything but boring. They're the difference between having a proper business and just having an expensive hobby. So first up, the lean startup canvas. Think of this as your business on a single sheet of paper. No 50-page business plan that nobody ever reads. No PowerPoint that crashes every time you open it. Just 9 boxes that force you to get brutally honest about what you're actually doing. When I first started this for my last When I first filled this out for my last startup, I realized I'd been chatting waffle for months. I thought I was solving world hunger, when it turns out I was helping HR departments understand their employees' skills. It's a bit less sexy, but infinitely more profitable. The beauty of this thing is it stops you from doing what I call founder fantasy. You know, when you think your app is the next Instagram, but you've never actually spoken to a customer. This canvas forces you to test your assumptions before you blow your life savings on building a product that nobody wants. I used this to pivot a couple of times in the first couple of years. Each pivot brought me closer to product market fit. Without this framework, I'd still be building features nobody asked for, while wondering why my bank account was looking sadder than a wet weekend in Blackpool. Now this second one, Wardley Mapping, is where things get proper interesting. It's like having X-ray vision for your entire industry. You can see what's coming before your competitors have even had their morning coffee. Simon Wardley, the bloke that created this, basically gave us a way to map out business strategy like we're planning a military campaign. And before you say it's a bit much, mate, just remember, business is war with better coffee and fewer explosions. Here's how it worked for my startup. I mapped out our entire value chain and spotted that one of our core services was about to become a commodity. While our competitors were still charging cheap premium prices, I could see the writing on the wall. So what did we do? Instead of fighting it, we pivoted to build on top of the commodity layer, offering something different. This ultimately increased our revenue before the market forced us to. This ultimately increased our revenue because we moved before the market forced us to. This is like being able to see round corners in your business. Your competitors are still trying to fight yesterday's war, while you're already positioned for tomorrow's opportunities. Okay, the final framework, Crazy Eights. This one sounds like a drinking game, but it's actually the antidote to boring, predictable business thinking. 8 ideas in 8 minutes. No filters. No, but that's impossible. Just creative chaos. I use this every time we hit a strategic wall. The last time we were struggling with customer retention, 30 minutes later, we had 24 potential solutions all sketched out. 3 of them were pretty genius, 2 of them were completely mental, and the rest were somewhere in between. The mad thing is, our best product feature came from what started as a stupid idea in one of these sessions. Sometimes breakthrough innovations look ridiculous at first glance. This framework stops you from getting stuck in your own head. When you're forced to generate ideas at speed, your brain can't self-censor, and that's where the magic happens. Here's the kicker though, these frameworks aren't meant to work in isolation. They're like a proper Sunday roast. Each component is decent on its own, but together it's absolutely banging. I started with a canvas to get clear on what we were actually building. From there, using Wardley Mapping to understand our competitive position and spot opportunities. Finally, deployed Crazy Eights with the team whenever we needed to break through to the next level. This isn't some theoretical nonsense from a business school textbook. This is the actual playbook that we use to go from skin to seven figures. All of my teams use all of these frameworks every quarter to stay ahead of the game. Look, I could sit here and tell you that success is just about working harder or having better ideas, but that's bollocks, isn't it? The real difference between winning and losing in business is thinking strategically while everybody else is just hoping for the best. So if this video helped you to see your business differently, smash the subscribe button. I'm sharing everything I wish someone had told me when I was eating microwave dinners and calling it lean startup methodology.